Alright, I know this video's extremely late. It's about to be like a month since I was supposed to do this. It's kind of crazy. The procrastination is insane, but it is what it is. I'm doing it now, so I really don't give a fuck. Yeah, so go ahead and hop right into this. This week was actually Thanksgiving week, and thankfully for me, this was a very short week. We have 1, 2, 3 out of 5 days that we traded and should have traded. So I'm gonna of course go over the trades that I took and the ones that were basically, I guess you could say, data setups, just any setups in general, whether I took them or not. And Thursday and Friday, which were Black Friday on Friday, of course, and then Thanksgiving on Thursday, were bank holidays. And honestly, no setup had shown up, like none. So don't have to go over those. I will briefly go over them, but there's really nothing in detail to go over, such as these first 3 days, Monday, Wednesday, and Tuesday. I don't know why I said it out of order. I'm retarded, bro. But anyways, let's go ahead and hop right into it. Fuck, man, the drawing's gonna be crazy. Okay. I was gonna walk through this, but I think I'm just gonna play it through, not go too in detail. Um, I'll just I don't know. I guess we'll see how I go, but market opens. Okay, keep in mind right here. Can this fucking thing go away? Thank you. We have 930 low, as you can see. That's market open low. Right here is an unmitigated hourly gap, as you can see right there. Unmitigated hourly gap. Okay, we come up. Let me go ahead and turn this indicator on. London has been swept before market open, so it's quite unfortunate. But yeah, we do run up. Right here's when we slow down. Okay, so if we check what we tapped into, we hit I'm sorry, I went blank for a minute. Okay, so we are in discount, not discount, I'm sorry, premium. We've passed the 50% mark of this entire range. And we hit this unmitigated 15-minute up here. Okay, we completely filled it. So rejecting off here seems pretty likely. We also hit these relatively equal highs. These almost are exact equal highs. So it's a great target. Now London, we have rejected off of this, right? We have rejected off of this new week opening gap. As you can see, London has already been taken, London low. And if we look at ES, we do have an SMT at London low. Again, I mean, I think we reject off it on the hourly. Yeah, the hourly looks a little bit more cleaner and nicer, but don't really see us targeting all the way down here. Just doesn't really seem reasonable to me. If we go on the higher time frame, like the 4 hour, we already swept this on the very high time frame, so that's ES. My bad. Let me go on NQ. Same situation. We took these lows out, like monthly lows, pretty much. This was from October, so I really don't see a reason for us. Honestly, everything just looks pretty bullish to me. Okay, so that's what I'm gonna be looking for. However, we did hit this nice level, and as we showed at the beginning of the market open, we have for one that 930 market open low, and then we also have an unmitigated gap beneath us. So going short, at least on the smaller time frame, makes a lot of sense here. Okay, and here's actually where we get the short, because keep in mind we are inside of a 5 minute, so this is very risky. We have no confirmation that we are bearish just yet because we are in this 5 minute. We don't know if we're going to respect or inverse it, but ES does give us a bit more confirmation here. We do inverse the 5 minute on ES. Therefore, I am open to take a short here. We also have great levels to target. We're not aiming for anything too crazy, so that's pretty much the validation behind this trade now. We run up here, and then we get this here. I'm going to give my exact entry. It was somewhere around here on the 32nd. Like, looks like that. And then everything just pops up, huh? Great. So these are the main targets. Okay, 930 low. And then this hourly as a runner, I guess you can say. But yeah, reasoning for this trade was we pulled back into a 2 minute. That's the only fair value gap that was there. And then we actually had a 30-second inverse right here. So yes, we are in the 5 minute, but we retraced into an fair value gap and then had our IFEG, which is right here on the 30-second. ES also inverse that 5 minute, and we are confirmed to go lower, at least on one of the pairs. Okay, ES is already very close, so it's likely that we'd be full TPing at the SMT. So boom, we take this. Break even is technically right here. All right, technically the break even is supposed to be right there. And this did end up getting break even. But if you held this, this wouldn't be a bad hold because we have yet to take out this 830 or 930 low. And we actually respected this 1 minute. Now we did inverse it here. We came very, very close to stop loss. Didn't. Ended up breaking through. This is like a discretionary re-entry. This looks pretty nice. Very solid candle as well. If you didn't go break even here, this would most definitely be a great break even point. And you can see that we have the SMT there as well. That's because ES ended up taking 930 and the hourly. So ES took the market open low and then tapped into the unmitigated hourly, while NQ did not. NQ did not come down here, and we did not take 930 open, so or 930 low. So that's the SMT. So and since these are the only targets, as I said before, nothing really down here to target. This would 100% be a full TP trade. I really don't remember if I think I did take this and I got break even. I really don't remember how this trade went for me, but this is about a 1.5 R for a full close. That's not bad at all. This is a perfect exit. There's no reason to target all the way down here since ES already took that. So this is a great trade. Now on to the next trade. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of this. Mind you, right here is a 5 minutes. I'm gonna keep this here at least for this trade. We can get rid of this 15-minute. Actually, we'll keep that for whenever we review everything later. So now that we got this, I'm gonna go ahead and make this very small. That's good enough. So we have the SMT. The only level we were targeting already got hit. Now that we have this SMT, we can look to go long. Great break-even point here at these relatively equal highs. Now, in terms of a higher time frame target, we have not the premium gap, but we definitely have a more premium gap here. You can see we have more 15 minutes up here, but this is of course more premium, and this fits just right inside of this OTE zone from this very high time frame range. Okay, so it's a great target to look for. Honestly, not expecting too much, but it's a great continuation model. If we get it, of course. Price action is looking pretty slow and chopped here, and if we can run through this gap, I can almost guarantee that we would run up to this 15-minute at bare minimum. So this right here is tricky, okay? We did not inverse it, but the next candle open did. I don't like these type of entries, so did not take it. I like clean, thorough IFEGs. This is definitely not one of them. So we do respect this 1 minute gap here, and then we end up pushing up and inversing right here. Since we are very close to the break-even point, it wouldn't, I mean, you probably still would have at least gone up to here, but it's just very risky. So break even was then moved to this high up here. And yeah, honestly, since we are pretty overextended on NQ, and it's really not a great, like, very prominent target to aim for, not like session highs or lows or an unmitigated like hourly or 4 hour or anything super crazy like that. It's just the 50-minute and OTE. Closing at around a 1-to-1 would definitely make sense here, or even like a 1.5 up here. So this would definitely be a winning trade. This did end up getting break even though, as you can see. But yeah, closing up here definitely made sense. Now we have a re-entry. We have 2 re-entries actually. This one's pretty nice. I actually like this one a lot. Excuse me. I had a freaking something in my throat. I don't know what that was. We retraced into a 5-minute, as you can see. Let's see if ES did. ES retraced the 5-minute as well. And we also hit equilibrium of this range that we put in here from this high to this low right here. This is a great range. Okay, it's very again prominent just because it sticks out so much, right? It's not like some random, it's not like picking and choosing the lows. Like this is a very nice clean low here, and of course the most recent high. So it's a very great range. We hit again EQ of the range, respected this 1 minute, hit the 5-minute, and then we had a 30-second inverse right here. Okay, and the break even point, really not much of a break even point. I guess you can go break even at like a 1-to-1 or something like that. Maybe there's like a 30 or 15-second gap to go break even at. This internal high looks pretty nice, but yeah, pretty discretionary on the break even. So this did end up getting break even, which is quite unfortunate. I mean, 2 setups have failed, so this last play definitely is the least strongest out of all these trades. This is a very good short. It doesn't look like it, but objectively, it was a winning trade, okay, because the SMT, and subjectively, it also was a winning trade. It just really doesn't look like it, right? It looks like it failed, but it did play out. ES hit these levels. This was a very nice continuation model here. Very nice reentry, and right here, I would say this is a bit desperate. We do chop up. We have a great break-even point. These relatively equal highs. So, again, just like we had earlier. So great break-even point, which I think made this trade. We re-tap into this 5-minute, correct? And we don't have an SMT or anything. If we had an SMT, this would definitely be a great model, such as these other ones. But we have no SMT. We just retested the 5-minute that the previous setup like tapped into, and it failed. So who's to say this one won't fail? I mean, I guess it didn't necessarily fail. It just hit break even. Give me one moment, actually. I'll be back in like 30 seconds. Hold on. Alrighty, I'm back. But yeah, it's just pretty much a retest of this 5-minute. Down straight back into this. And a very clean 1-minute IFEG. Did hit the break even. You can't really tell, but it did right there. So there would have been a break even, but if you decided to hold this, you would have banged. And the draw was finally hit. This is definitely a weak setup. I don't like this. Now I'm looking back at this. Very discretionary though. And yeah, that's gonna be it for Monday. Now on to Tuesday. All right. This was a pretty interesting day because looking back, the first setup that appeared, again, this was like a month ago, so everyone's always learning, no matter whether it's been a week, a month, a year, you're always going to learn something. And pretty much just saw why this first initial setup was horrible. For one, let's keep in mind that the buy side targets are pretty taken, right? London and Asia have been taken. It just looks chopped here. We do have low resistance with these fat wicks. It's like it's pretty strange in terms of target, but we do have London low here. We have a 15 minute to hold this. We also have an hourly and a 4 hour, so we have many targets or PD arrays to support this long. But basically all that happened was we chopped. We have great low resistance here, and right at market open, fat wick to the upside. We came down, swept London, and price action already doesn't look good. The moment you see this 1 minute not get formed, that's how you know price action absolutely fucking sucks. We come up, we get a 30-second fair value gap, IFEG right here, and break-even point at the swing high. And this just ultimately fails. And if we look at ES ran all the way up here. We ended up making trend line or low resistance liquidity. And ES ran all the way up here. And NQ couldn't break a little fucking gap or even just tap it. High, I mean, not gap. But yeah, very shitty trade. I mean, great sweep. Honestly, the reversal level was amazing. Oh, we did have an SMT at London, so this looks great. Honestly, this looks very, very great. SMT at London. I mean, it's just the price action. The targets are kind of mid, not gonna lie, they're very mid, but the reversal level was amazing. Okay, it's just very unfortunate this didn't get break even. But yeah, after this, once this fails, likely gonna be looking for shorts. We might be able to get a re-entry here for longs, but if it doesn't appear, it doesn't appear. And of course, it did not appear. So looks like bias would be bearish, but we do hit this unmitigated. Oh, give me one moment again. Why is this so different? All right, I'm back. Okay, so where was I? So we have an unmitigated 4 hour and 1 hour that we tapped into. We also, I actually removed this earlier, but dude, I hate that when I'm talking, the fucking notification ding doesn't. Okay, here I was. So we have this fat range right here, very big range. I'm not quite sure if we hit this level, this OTE level or not. Comes very close. If not, doesn't really matter. All that matters is that we are in discount of this entire range here. And yeah, having a reversal here seems pretty nice. We do look bound for retracement. As you can see, we have a pretty big dump here. About 250 points. We have a 5 minute that we're looking to form. And yeah, 1 minute IFEG right there. Now this is pretty discretionary because it's hard, okay? With trading a mechanical model with discretion is sometimes difficult and to understand at least, but it gets better. As you can see, we have this 1 minute inverse, but we do tap into this. So mechanically, you should wait for this to get inversed. We also have a 2 minute up here. We have a 3 minute that ends up getting inverse right there. We have a 4 minute, which we inverse, but then we tap into another one, I believe. I think I remember this. Why the fuck is it so slow in here? There you go. Yeah, we inverse this one and tap into this one, and then we have this 5 minute, which is ideally going to be our break even. So mechanically, you would have to wait for the 5 minute if you want to stick to 100%, rules. But of course, you're not going to do that when trading IFEGs. IFEGs is just the entry model, but honestly, the only thing that makes this model profitable is discretion. You very much need discretion when it comes to trading this model. It's very, very important. And here, enough discretion is needed. We have a great level to reject off of. Very clean V shape. We have a 5 minute that we're bound to hit for a retracement. And yeah, none of this really matters. You don't need to wait for, it has to be the highest time frame. Here is perfectly fine, okay? So we hit the 5 minute. We run up to about, I think, a little bit over a 2R. Yeah, 2.3R. And then we end up getting break even. And then price just chops up. And then we eventually run up. Not going to waste my time doing that on the 1 minute. Do this on the 5 minute. Oh my gosh. So yeah, those levels were hit. And ES honestly had the better levels because it was low resistance, more built up low resistance. And we actually went double up what we needed. That's fucking crazy. Yeah, this day was very strange. Whack trade here, honestly. I'm not sure if I can defend this. I mean, it's I took it. I have it as data. It's technically a setup. I just don't know, discretion wise, if it's good. This is a great setup though. I ended up just failing. Pretty unfortunate, but that's gonna be it for Tuesday. Now onto the last and final day that we took a trade. Actually, that's a lie because I took a trade on Thanksgiving. Very much regretted it. Very shitty trade, and yeah, I'll just get to that later. So here, okay, this was a pretty interesting day as well. We had a failing setup and a winning setup right after. The failing setup was a good trade. It played out. It just failed right before. So yeah, without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. So market open. We end up running up, taking London. Now from here, we have an extremely high time frame SMT, okay? Building trend line here. And ES actually takes these highs out. So that's why we have the SMT. Pretty self-explanatory. We don't have much in terms of imbalances supporting this trade. We do have this 4 hour, but it's not like we retested it. We've just been in it, right? And the hourly, again, not much else either. This imbalance up here, we didn't even tap into it. And I think there's just a 15 minute, but it's not really that crazy or anything. It's not like we tapped into it again. We've been in it. We've been chopping in it this for 2 sessions. So yeah, very much lacking on the PD array side, or specifically for value gap side of things. But the liquidity sweep was great. We hit London. We have a very, very high time frame SMT. Now, what makes this trade the most is definitely going to be the draws on liquidity. So we have low resistance here. We have equal lows. We have an unmitigated 5 minute, which is also an unmitigated 15 minute right there as well. And we have true day open. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, so 5 different targets. All right, I'm gonna go through those again. We have equal lows, 2 different time frame unmitigated gaps, low resistance here, true day open. What more can you ask for? It's a great level. Now in terms of the higher time frame draw, we do have Asia. It's not even a low, it's just a random fucking mark on this range. Like, it's not a low. Like, this right here is a low. This is not. This is just, it's Asia low, but it's not a low. You know what I mean? And not only that, but we have an SMT there. So ES takes out Asia low right there. NQ doesn't. Therefore, the SMT was in place. So not really looking to aim all the way down here, but these targets for sure were goated. Okay, I don't know how else to describe them. They're just very, very great targets. Also OTE aligns there, so it's like six targets we're aiming for around the same level. It's insane. Now the entry was very shit. We did have a 1 minute all the way down here. We didn't have anything else though. No 2 minute, no 3 minute. The only thing we have is a 4 minute. And this was pretty whack because sorry, let me get this message out of my, because right here, look how far we came down. About 34 points, and then the last minute we rejected and closed inside of the 4 minute. So we didn't get it set up, but we did end up getting it on the next candle. So entry wise, okay, this was very shit. This is a very shitty entry and should not be taken if you're looking at it like specifically on the 4 minute or any other time frame for that matter, except for the 1 minute. The 1 minute is the only reason this makes sense, okay? Because we didn't just come in here and reject this 4 minute for nothing. We came in here, completely filled this 1 minute, and then had rejection from there. I don't like this though, that we had this up candle. It just looks very choppy. You can see the wicks that are being formed. It looks not good, okay? So even on this 1 minute, now that I'm looking back at it, it still doesn't look too great. But the levels are amazing to not take this. So 4 minute happens. This ends up failing completely. Still have these levels intact. This ends up getting moved up here, of course, because that's the new high that we made. And yeah, here's the second setup, okay? Let me go back to this. So we have a 1 minute down here. We have two 1 minutes right there, very small. We have a 2 minute here, and we have a 3 minute here, and the 4 minute is the one we took. Oh my gosh, again, it's with this bullshit. Every time I go to the 4 minute time frame on replay mode, it just fucks up for some reason. Very, very clean 4 minute. Now, the reason why this is much better is, I mean, we still have the same sweep. It's just a resweep here. So we do have that resweep. We don't have an SMT or anything like that. So the reversal point still remains the same. The reason why this is a great setup and better than this one is for one reason alone. Okay, it's price action. We still have the same levels, the same reversal point, the same time frame inverse. Everything's the exact same. The only difference is the price action. Here we only had this 4 minute. Price was kind of chopping. Here we're getting very clean moves, right? You can see it's a very clean move here. We have multiple time frame fair value gaps to inverse, not just a singular 4 minute, and this makes a lot of sense. So now we have a great break-even point here, and this trade I actually didn't go break-even. We hit this low here, did not go break-even. I was like, fuck it, bro. I'm very confident in this draw on liquidity. I know we're gonna hit it, and we did. So yeah, we run up, run down, take these levels out, and we actually reverse from here, but we don't get any entry model because the 5 minute was being tapped into and played in. So really nothing to look forward to here. Price action slows down anyway, so there's nothing to even take. But again, these targets weren't that significant. We already took them out on ES, so maybe that's why they didn't get hit. Not too sure. This is great low resistance though. If we look on the lower time frame, great low resistance. But these were definitely the targets of the day that we should be targeting. And yeah, next day we'll go over very briefly these next 2 days because these were of course no trading days. Okay, let's bring this back one. So, okay, this is strange. So it's Thursday here. I don't know why it went so far up. Dude, I mean, look at the price action, dude. This is fucking crazy, dude. This is on Thanksgiving, and I really traded this. We have great low resistance. That's the only good thing about this. Just great low resistance. That's it, bro. Nothing else is good about this. I don't know how was I in my right mind trading this? I mean, yes, it was an eval, but what the fuck, dude? Oh my gosh, I was tripping, bro. What? So I think the trade I don't even remember the trade I took, if I'm being honest with you. So it was right here. We came down. We have an IFG up here. I took something up here, and then I forgot what I did. I was down a little bit because I trailed my stop once we came up here, just because it's, of course, a bank holiday. It's Thanksgiving. Price action looks horrible. So I only lost about half a position, and then I just entered off some bullshit over here. I remember it had something to do with the 5-minute time frame. Something to do with it. Okay, it was probably off this 5-minute inverse, and for some reason I lost. I don't know why. I should have gone break even, but I decided to hold because I already took a loss. So I was like, fuck it. I'm just either going to win or lose this shit. Ended up losing, of course. You can see we dumped here. There's nothing to trade. There's absolutely nothing to trade, okay? I'm not even going to go over if we had any mechanical models or pattern trade models. Price action looks shit, and you should not trade this. Now, let's go to the next day just so I can showcase how dog price action was. Wow, I'm speechless, bro. I'm speechless. So yeah, we do have this new day opening gap. We swept Asia low. Yes, also swept Asia. We do get an entry here. This probably failed though. There's really nothing much to target though. We're already like up here. There's nothing to target at all. Yeah, no trade. So not even gonna review this. This is just self-explanatory. You know not to trade this shit. But anyways, let's go ahead and go over all the setups this week, starting with Monday. I'm just gonna very briefly go over this. So here, we don't have the greatest rejection level, right? I can go ahead and I'm gonna slowly take all this stuff off. Way too much shit. Okay, a decent rejection level. We have EQ getting tapped. We have this unmitigated 15-minute. In terms of levels, it's great. We have the 9:30 open, market open low. We also have an unmitigated hourly TP. That was our TP and ended up being an SMT. And once that got hit on ES and we had the SMT, looking for longs was not a bad idea. We still had some good buy side targets, such as this unmitigated 15-minute, which also aligned with OTE on the very higher time frame. The very high time frame. Why do I keep saying the very? Like it's some great fucking myth. Dude, I'm so stupid. Okay, well, anyways, we're inside a 5-minute. Of course, the SMT. We get the 1-minute IFG here. Great break-even point. This ended up, I mean, it was a winning setup, but it failed to hit this target. Got break-even, and we had a nice re-entry off the retest of this new, not a retest, but the tap into the newly formed 5-minute 30-second IFEG, and this one ended up technically failing because it hit break-even again. But it didn't lose, it just was break-even. Therefore, for me, it failed because it didn't deliver before hitting break-even. So this was a very not shitty, I don't want to call it shitty, it's just discretional, not the best. Okay, it looks pretty whack. We don't manipulate into anything new. We just re-hit this level again. That could be very different if we just took this low out right here and made an SMT or something like that, but we didn't. So the reasoning for this all of a sudden delivering is not that great, because the same 5-minute we were retesting failed before, so who's to say this one won't? And yeah, that's gonna be it for this day. This was just a bunch of fucking re-entries. Alright, the first 3 setups were amazing though, even though this was a re-entry. A+. This one, definitely just a risky. I don't even want to say it's good, it's just very risky. It's okay and mediocre. Now, on to the next Tuesday to briefly go over this one before I end this video. Price action looks shit, honestly. I wouldn't even mind not trading this. Like, it just looks pretty bad. London sweep, SMT, targets were mediocre. The reversal point was amazing, though. I will say that. Price action was horrible. Looks not great. I don't really regard pre-market price action. Like, I know it's going to be slow. But, like, when market opens and we're not even forming a single 1-minute fair value gap, that's when you know it's bad, right? Like, we have this massive ass candle. I'm not even going to count the wick, just the body. 26. Give me a moment. Alright, I'm back. Very unfortunate. I was just about to end this video. Now I'm gonna have to fucking edit it. That's so annoying. But it's whatever. But yeah, I forgot where I was. Oh yeah, this day. Reversal point was great. Price action was great. No, whoa. Price action was indeed not great. At least right here. I was saying that anytime price action is pretty shit before pre-market, I'm not gonna pay too much mind to it. It's not even that it's shit. It just looks, you know what I mean. But at market open, we have a pretty big down close candle, and the fact that we didn't make a fair value gap here kind of shows that price action is gonna be very shitty. But yeah, this one failed. This one was pretty nice. Another great rejection level. Very clean V shape. Price action looks way cleaner here. And we have a great break-even point. This ended up, technically it failed. Did hit for a 2+ R. So if you didn't take profits, what the fuck? Profits there. Maybe that's kind of your fault. But yeah, that was Tuesday. Now let's get on to Wednesday, the very, very last day. This day, not the most A+ rejection level. We do have a nice highs high from SMT. We have London highs being swept. Just don't like that we don't really have much of an like imbalances to back this up. So it's still a great reversal level, but yeah. But the targets on this was insane. OTE, low resistance, equal lows, 5-minute and 15-minute unmitigated gap, true day open. Bro, this was an amazing day. Price action is what stopped this from being an A+ model. Still worth the risk though, just because the targets were so great. Ended up failing. Pretty self-explanatory. Again, the price action was very dog shit. Here we had a nice resweep, and just cleaner price action. So this was everything that this setup wanted to be, just with better price action, and that's why this one won. Targets were hit, and yeah, that was pretty strange, slow week if you ask me. Like the price action looks really slow and kind of chopped for these days. Not like the cleanest price action. Not saying everything was bad and chopped, but for the most part, just looks pretty whack. And then considering how the final 2 days were very horrible, that probably could be messing with my bias of if price action was good or not. But that's going to be it for this Thanksgiving week recap. I know I did this very late, and I'm going to do these next ones very late too. I'm going to try to get some done this weekend, but I got like 3, maybe 4. No, I think like 3 week recaps to do, so that's going to be pretty annoying, but it's my fault because I've been procrastinating. So that's going to be it for this recap, and yeah. What else? Nope, that's it, so peace.